Day 2 of the Western and Southern Open had some tasty ties in store to whet the appetite for those fans in attendance at the Lindner Family Tennis Centre. 9th seed David Goffin had a tough opening match when he faced off against the always unpredictable Nick Kyrgios. Having fended off 3 break points on his opening service game, the Australian then stepped things up to lead. Goffin seemed troubled by a knee injury, but Kyrgios was serving big and taking control of the match.
Oh, good effort and stretch for Kyrgios to take the set.
Goffin had pushed Kyrgios all the way in the Aussies' triumph in Tokyo last year, but seemed off the pace here. Kyrgios rarely challenged on the day and comfortably threw in 2.
Kyrgios did not look 100%, but it was obvious that Goffin was not going to be able to move to keep up with the Australian, and indeed the scoreboard shows as much.
Another seed with a tricky first-round match was Tomas Berdych, who took on former US Open champion Juan Martín del Potro. But the 10th seed started the better, using his punishing forehand to control matters from the back of the court. But in the second set tiebreak, it was the Argentinian who was dishing out the punishment from the forehand wing.
What a combination of shots.
In the deciding set, Berdych was wilting under his opponent's pressure as Del Potro jumped in front early.
Oh, Delpo says, "Don't come into me."
And it was a lead that he wouldn't relinquish as another seed bit the dust in Cincinnati.
And for a second straight week, Del Potro with a solid opening match win.
Spaniard David Ferrer maintained his undefeated run against Steve Johnson, as the 2014 Cincinnati finalist saw off the American in 3 sets. Another home player fell by the wayside as 13th seed Jack Sock succumbed to Yuichi Sugita in straight sets. And it was proving a tough day for the seeds as the number 8 seed Jo-Wilfried Tsonga was knocked out by Ivo Karlovic in their second round matchup. The last American winner in Cincinnati was over 10 years ago, so number 14 seed John Isner was hoping 2017 could be the year to halt that drought. And in his second round match against fellow American Tommy Paul, Isner looked in the mood.
Isner just continues to cruise through his service games.
20-year-old Paul had reached 2 ATP World Tour quarter-finals this season, but couldn't live with Isner on centre court.
Most dangerous approach shot in our sport.
Big John wrapping things up in 56 minutes.
A convincing win for John Isner.
The final match of the day pitted the number 3 seed Dominic Thiem against Italian number 1 Fabio Fognini. Having broken in the second game, the young Austrian was illuminating proceedings under the lights. 1 set to the good, Thiem continued to make all the right moves against an off-colour Fognini.
Dominic, Thiem, everywhere at the moment.
A clinical display from Thiem to ease into the next round.
And a good way to end it. So Fabio Fognini falls to Dominic Thiem.
With the first round completed, the stage was set for the number 1 seed Rafael Nadal and the in-form Alex Zverev to get their campaigns underway.